for class? Welcome back to the Panic Room, guys, and to a brand new series on this channel that I'm calling Pax's Little Library of Horrors. So guys, a little backstory before we begin. I was unpacking. As you know by now, we just moved into a new house, and I came upon a book that immediately brought a smile to my face. The book was On All Hallows Eve by Grace Chetwin. Now I know what you're thinking. You're looking at this thinking this is just your standard Halloweenish YA novel. What's so special? Well, I have a memory attached to this book, and it was my mom and I sitting at the kitchen table when I was probably around 9 to 10 years old and reading this together. And I remember her commenting about how this book was so unexpected for a child's book. Not inappropriate, but unexpected, because it had some very dark parts and just some very strange things. And I remember, agreeing with her that this book was scary, but in the best possible way. I was a weird child. I'm sure that's shocking to all of you. But it got me thinking, there has to be more like this out there. Now, I know I'm new around here on BookTube, but I didn't see a whole lot about strange children's books, at least not in the same way that I want to do this series. So, I thought we could dive in to some super strange children's books. I got on Amazon, and again, another little backstory. If you know, I've been trying to set this office up, set up a brand new panic room for all of us, and yeah, my chair for my desk never showed up. So Amazon refunded me, and I had this money sitting in my account. And I was like, after I got the idea for this series, these children's books are super cheap because I don't know about you, but I am the person who automatically clicks on the used tab on Amazon. No joke. I found a bunch of books for like $2. And I was like, this is awesome. And I was so passionate to do this series, I ordered a few. Literally like under $10. So here we are. And boy, do I have a doozy to start with. So please comment down below. Tell me, do you have a strange children's book that you know about? Let me know. Maybe I can review it on this channel. So I was kind of up in the air about how I wanted to structure this video, but I think because a lot of these books are so small that perhaps we can read them together. Obviously if I do like a YA novel, like On All Hallows Eve, not necessarily plausible, but for some of these smaller books, I really feel like that reading them together might, give us a little bit more to talk about. And so many of these books have amazing, amazing artwork. I mean, it just adds to the creep factor. So for our first book, I chose What There Is Before There Is Anything There. I know, the title itself is creepy, right? What there is before there is anything there. Like, it doesn't really give us a whole lot to go on, right? And let's just check out the cover artwork. I'm sorry for the glare. But yeah, it's just a little boy staring up at nothing. Some really wonderful spooky trees. So yeah, and it says right here, a scary story. Yeah, it is. So let's get started. It's the same every night. From the door, his father says, "Good night." From the door, his mother says, "Sweet dreams." And they turn out the light. Then something incredible happens. Where there was a ceiling, now there is nothing. He could see the ceiling with his very own eyes. Now there's only a black hole. Black and infinite. So we see, it's very childlike with the scribbles. Yeah. He knows that they are coming. They come every night when the ceiling disappears. First comes one. It's not always the same one. It floats down from where the ceiling was. Slowly, slowly. So we see, here's our little creature. It stands on the end of the bed without making a single sound. Yeah, just staring. Not overly scary, but, just staring at you kind of gives it more of a creepy vibe, right? It stares at him. It doesn't stop staring. It never says anything. And then more come down. Lots more. They don't say anything. They just stare at him. So we see, this one really got me right here. Look at that. But again, none of them are overly creepy. It's more like the vibe that the book's setting, right? He starts to feel scared because he knows what's coming next. It comes every night when the ceiling disappears. It is dark and shapeless, blacker than the blackest darkness. Yeah. Just, getting good, right? And it is the only one that speaks. In a very low voice, a whisper, it says, I am what there is before there is anything there. Right? Oh my gosh, right? He jumps out of bed, he runs out the door, down the hall to his parents' room. His father says, What's wrong? Not again. His mother says, We've told you 100 times. It's just your imagination. Sometimes you make things up. It's good to be able to make things up. And then they say, Okay, you can sleep with us, but this is the last time. And they turn out the light. And that's the end of the book, except for the final page with no words. So the boy is in bed with his parents, and here comes another one of the little creatures to just stare at him. Does anyone else have chills? I think that that is a wonderful addition to our little library of horrors. So again, the book was What There Is Before There Is Anything There, a scary story. And it is by Laniers. Just one name, like Madonna or Cher. That's all you need when you have a creepy kids book like this, right? So guys, I hope this was enjoyable. Please comment down below. Tell me what you thought. I thought the book was freaking just terrible for children, but in the best possible way. How creepy is this? It's so... The only word I was thinking was like existential. You know, obviously the whole idea of being stared at, I feel like is a fear that we all have, kid or adult. It's something we all have. But then you get this whole idea of, I am what there is before there is anything there. You know, this just faceless blackness. You know, and it's again very, I think the only word that comes to mind is like existential. Like, what the hell? What? But I love this. I am so excited that I got this for my collection. And yeah, you know, if you hate your kids, go pick it up. So guys, if you like this series, if you like just the idea of something creepy for kids, let me know. Comment down below. I promise you that not all of them are uber scary like this. Some of them are a little bit more lighthearted, obviously. But, you know, they all have a creep factor to them. So if you're raising little ghouls and goblins on your own, you know, this would be wonderful for them, especially going into Halloween but any time of the year if you love horror. So guys, thank you so much for coming to this new series in the Panic Room. And I'll see you in the little library of horrors next time. Class dismissed.